Hello everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. And in front of us, before we go here, there's a comment. I don't know if which video I saw it. The guy, he said, I was expecting you to explain the nature of Tawheed. You idiot. I'm showing you the nature of Tawheed. The word Tawheed means a process of unification. I did. Watch the video again. I said to you from the beginning, the word Tawheed does not mean one. It means unification. And you are telling me, I wasn't expecting you to... Secondly, as long you are asking me to explain the nature of Tawheed of your God, shouldn't you know first the nature of your God, which we are talking about? I mean, he is made from what? He have hands, he have fingers, he have shin, he have two hands on the right side, he have a foot. Okay, so Allah is one. One what? Silicone? Meat? Beef? Wood? Concrete? You don't know who is your God. Not a single Muslim he knew who is Allah. Worship Allah, follow Allah. Allah is the only God. Okay, who is this Allah? They don't know. They have no idea. And then because they have bankruptcy, they send me a guy who is living in Indonesia. He's a potato. He's a hypocrite. I mean, everyone knows that the Quran says the worst enemy of Islam is the Jews. The worst enemy of Islam is the Jews. And then the Muslims, because they are bankrupt, they go to the worst enemy of Islam to fight Christianity. This guy, he don't dare to say one word against Islam, right? Because he lives in Indonesia, and we know. But he keep calling the Christian names. They are liars, they are fabricators. That's very normal. Isn't it the Quran says that those Jews, they try to kill Jesus. Some they accused him of lying, and some they, some they slew them. Well, this is one of those rabbis who want to take Jesus to the cross. So you're asking a rabbi who refused the Messiah, Isa, according to you, who spit in his face, according to you, who refused him until now, according to you, which means Islam is a lie, Muhammad is a false prophet, the one who came before is not Isa. This is what this rabbi, he believes. But because you are a coward and you are bankrupt, you are willing to ask for help even from the one who spit in your prophet words. When the Quran says that the Messiah, which you call him Isa, is the Messiah, and then this rabbi, he say, no, it's not. He just accused your prophet to be a fraud. So how the Muslims are asking someone, he refused what the Quran saying, that this is Isa, the son of Mary, he is a messenger of Allah. This rabbi, he's saying this is not Isa, and this is not Christ, and he have nothing to do with the one we are waiting for. I mean, who is this stupid here? Chapter 3, verse number 52. When Isa, he found that the Jews are kuffar, he said, who is my helpers? Those who help him are the Christians. Those who did not help him are the kuffar, the Jews, according to the Quran. So you Muslims go into the kuffar to help you against Isa or against who? And then he says, and the Jews, makaru, they deceive, they plotted. And Allah, he plotted. Look at the translation, how funny it is. And Allah is the best to plot, to deceive. So your God, Allah, he accused them to be plotting people who lie, fabricate. And then the bankrupt Muslims, they go to a Jew to explain to them who is Allah. This is hilarious, isn't it? Isn't it? And then the Quran said, who is the worst enemy to the Prophet Muhammad? Who is the worst enemy? You will not believe it. Just to show you how they share the bed together, because both are united against Jesus. Let us read the Quran and laugh. Shall we? This website. Froze. Look what the Quran says about the rabbi you are asking him to witness for us. This is your Quran. The strongest among men in enmity to the believers is those who call themselves Jews and the pagans. And the nearest among those who love the believers is those who call themselves Christians. I mean, do you see how stupid they are? Look like Allah is stupid and the Muslims, they knew that he is wrong. Do you see it? So you are coming to me and saying a rabbi explained the word Echad? Well, let us see the rabbi explain the word Echad and die laughing together. Shall we? Here we go. This is your guy. Huh? What a comedy. Brother and sister, let me introduce for you Rabbi Yehudi. What in Indonesian says. By the way, we will be back later. This will be a fast, you know, my fast video. God knows how long it's going to be, but this is supposedly a fast video. I will try to finish it very fast. Very fast. Take a, like between two bracket. Very fast. Rabbi Yehudi min Jalaskan Mangani Echad Ahad. All of this. All of this in this video in the Indonesian language. Well, let us discover it. A guy, he called him, his name is Ahmed. Brother, Assalamu alaikum.
Say that Echad means the complex unity or compound unity, meaning that God has more than one person, or he's like a group. And they would also say that Elohim is plural, and they would point to the Trinity, to claim that God is a Trinity. So how can you respond to that?
Yeah, that's a very, very good question.
Okay. Very
Are
good
you
question.
a Muslim, by the way?
Yes.
So,
Are you a Muslim, by the way? The guy, he said, my name is Ahmad, and he is asking him, are you a Muslim, by the way? Obviously, he's a Hindu. This is all as a setup, you know. It's a theater. This guy, he don't dare to. I sent them a video. I said, I want to call this guy. Do you dare to take my call? I even called those cowards. My name is Ahmad. I am from Florida. By the way, are you a Muslim?
My name is Ahmed. I'm calling from Florida.
Oh, very good.
I just have one.
My name is Ahmad. I am from Florida. By the way, are you a Muslim? What? So now the guy, he is going to explain to you. This is a very good question, brother. Suddenly the Muslims, they don't call Zakir Naik, they call Rabbi.
and there is nothing more central to the Islamic faith like the Jewish faith, that there is one God and no other. La ilaha illallah. That's the most central core.
Hey, let me get you busted. According to the Quran, you son of Muta, you Jews worship a guy, his name is Uzair. Chapter 9, verse number 30. So when you say Quran agree with Islam, that the Jews believe in one God, and there is no one with God, the Quran says no. The Jews, they believe in a guy, his name is Uzair. Hey, Uzair, are you there? Hey, Uzair is busy as always. He's picking up his boogers. Uzair, I told you 1,000 times. The Jews, they want to worship you. What are you doing? Don't touch your nose. I mean, do you see how stupid those people? Too hypocrite. The Muslim, the Quran says the Jews are the enemy of Allah. The Muslim, he called the Jews to ask them to help him against the enemy, the Christians. And the Jew, he said to him, we Muslims and Christians, Muslims and Jews, we share the same together. But the Quran says, no, you don't. You are the enemy of the Muslims. And you worship Uzair, the son of Allah. and you are not a person who believe in the same belief of Muslims. So which one we have to believe, the Quran or those Ahmad and Rabbi? And then he say the word Echad mean what? Explain to us the word Echad, please, Habibi.
Creed of Muslims worldwide. Nothing is more central. Now, Christians play a game. It's a rather ugly game, and I'll explain to you.
Explain
Because
to
I
us.
want people, the worldwide, to understand what's being done. Very dangerous game that's being played, and I want to explain to you how to respond.
Yeah, like, you know, assassinating the scientists in Iran just a few hours ago. It was done by the Christians. Very dangerous game. Okay, tell us more about the dangerous game. Go ahead.
So what Christians argue, and they argue it very frequently, is in the Torah it says in Deuteronomy chapter 6 verse 4, Hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord is one. Well, I don't know of anything that could be more clear. There is one God, and worship only one God, one alone.
Well, the Christian, they believe in one God too. I cannot say more clear. Isn't it they asked Jesus, what is the best to do? He said, worship your God alone. There's a three-way to love. Love at a false rabbi, love at statement of a Mohammed, and love at the modesty of Aisha. Each one of them will take different sound. Try it. Okay, Farad Rabbi. So this is a very clear verse saying your God is one. And?
For this reason, Jewish people say this, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Hear, O Israel, the Lord is a God, the Lord is one. We say it every time, and it must be at the forefront of a Jew every single day. He must bear witness to this. It's so important. It's a commandment for every Jew to recite this creed in every morning, every night. It's the first words that ever...
Okay, we got it. Now, what Echad mean? Go ahead. I mean, are you going to tell us a story? Brother, each time we do anything, we say Echad. I talk to my wife, I say Echad. I open my TV, I say Echad. I open the window, I say Echad. Okay, now tell us what Echad mean. Can you?
Every Jew learns as a child when he turns 120.
Hey, Levi, are you saying Echad or not? Yes, Dad, Echad. I want you to say it 100 times. Okay, you are 1 month old now. Practice from now. Because we are going to fight, we and the Muslims, we are going to unite at the front, and we will go in the street and we say Echad, 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 Echad. Echad.
20, or she's 120. The last words that a Jew recites before he stands before God, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. So you ask the Christian who...
And supposedly the Muslim, he now understand what he said, right? Yeah. Now, he want to tell you he speak Hebrew. Okay.
Christians who believe in the doctrine of the Trinity and seek to question what seems so obvious.
Let me shut you up, son of Muta. Here we go. This is a Jewish website. You are a son of Muta. This is a Jewish website. Hebrew Stream. This is not a Christian. Bible study. I'm not sure if it's Christian or not. But this is... Actually, you can go to the Jewish Bible. All of you can right now. Go to the Orthodox Jewish Bible, the Old Testament. And you will see how the word Echad appear. However, in here in this article, it shows you that the word Echad appear in many places, starting from the verses he was quoting, 6:4. And you will see here, it says clearly the plural nature of God, but then the word Echad appear in many other places. If the word Echad mean only one as a person, then it should not be used in another place, except as one as person. But if we go little down, you will see many examples about what kind of one it can be. As an example, here we have Genesis 1:9. We have Genesis 3:22. We have Genesis 42. And then we have the word as first day, Echad. Genesis 1:5. Then we go and we will find, this is very important here. In Genesis 11, it says that they are one people, Echad. So even when we speak about millions of people, we call them one people. So Echad is not about a person. It's about they are one nation here. If you go down, you will see, and they both had a dream the same night. Leila Echad, Genesis 45. The Pharaoh dreams are one and the same. Genesis 41:25. And then you will see about being singular or singularity. Echad can lead us to understand something better here. Let us zoom more. And you see all the example, but we will go to the one which is make it so easy for us to understand. And divided onenesses. If we go and read those verses, I advise you, all of you, to open them. Exodus 24:3, etc. You will see the word Echad is going to appear again. And then we will see the most important verse for us. Genesis 2:24. That Adam and Eve, the man and the woman, they shall become one when they get married. One in flesh. What is the word one? Echad. But all of us, we knew that a man is a man and the woman is a woman. When they get married, they are still two. But the Bible says, in the Jewish Hebrew language, not in the translation, the man and the woman, when they get married, they are Echad. So this guy is an idiot, he is a liar, he is a stupid, he is a hypocrite. Actually, he's making good money from you. He have a business, he sells jewelries in Indonesia. Now let me show you that this guy, he insults Islam. And he say clearly Muhammad is the biggest fraud in history. Echad is so clear. Actually, we have more examples. I mean, the article is very long. This article, look, all of this is Echad, many verses all over the Bible. The one which is unique, Tawheed, Tawheed is Yachad, not Echad. Tawheed. So if you are a Muslim and you want to come to the word Tawheed, then you should start the word Yachad, which is appear in the Quran as Ahad. Ahad. قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ. Allah is one of. The word Ahad in Arabic is one of. If you type in the Quran right now, the word Ahad, we will find it all over the Quran. Let me do it in the front of your eyes. This is the word Ahad. I will type it in Arabic. And you can check every single translation made by Muslims. And you will see that the word Ahad appear always as word mean one of. وَمَا يُعَلِّمَانِ مِنْ أَحَدٍ. And they teach nothing except from anyone. Word Ahad here, anyone. One of what? There's many. They teach nothing to anyone except. Chapter 2, verse 136. لَا نُفَرِّقُ بَيْنَ أَحَدٍ. We don't differentiate between any of them. Chapter 2, verse number 285. لَا نُفَرِّقُ بَيْنَ أَحَدٍ مِنْ رُسُلِهِ. The one in yellow is the word Ahad. We don't differentiate between any of his messengers. And you can check here. And then you go to the word Ahad. قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ. The Muslim, they give a different translation. Why? Because it's a fraud. We don't differentiate between any of them. We make no distinctions between any one of and another. So this is the word Ahad. One of. This is Ahad. Do you see it? Now, if we go to this guy, and we see what he say about the Quran teaching, you will see that he proved that Islam is false. And as long your Muslims are witnessing that this guy is saying the truth, why you don't accept his truth then? I challenge the Muslim to say, I accept what this guy said. Listen carefully and try not to laugh. This is the witness you brought to me. He is on the stage. Go ahead.
Why? He want to explain to you that in Isaiah chapter 9 it does not talk about the Messiah. Okay? But does it stop here? No.
So notice the point here. This guy, he is confirming that the Messiah in the Quran is a false Messiah. And yet the Abdul, they bring a guy who deny what Muhammad said. That this is not the Messiah. He's saying this is not the Messiah. The Christian, they are lying to you. This is not the Messiah. I mean, do you see how stupid those Abdul? They bring a guy who refused to believe that the one in the Quran, who his name is Isa, is a true Messiah. They bring him to us to witness to truth. And now he will do big poo-poo. Listen to this poo-poo.
He even proved to you by his special intelligence that your Prophet Muhammad was a big fat liar when he said that Jesus is born of a virgin. Listen and laugh.
Individuals, like the mythical founder of Rome, Romulus, was said to be born of a virgin and God. Pythagoras, the philosopher, was said to be born of a virgin. Octavius, Caesar Augustus, the adopted son of Julius.
By the way, my mom, she told me that when I'm born, she was virgin. Yeah, and she told me that she learned that from Octavius. Yeah. You know, in Isaiah, where it says this guy, he explained, he says the word there, it says a young woman, but it says there it's a miracle will give a sign. So if a woman, she is young and she gave birth, that's not a sign, not a miracle, because all young women, they can give birth. She's a woman already. Hello. So in order to be a sign, then there have to be a sign. It have to be a miracle. So the virgin gave birth, not a young woman. Otherwise, all women, they give birth. Is that a miracle? So this coward, even he don't dare to translate. You can go right away to a Jewish Orthodox, not Christians, Hebrew, and you will see that this is what it meant. But now he is showing you that Jesus Christ, the son of Mary in the Quran, he is a fraud. He is not born of a virgin. This is a story coming from the mythical, like legions of the Roman, blah 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 blah. You know, okay, listen carefully. Allahu Akbar.
Julius Caesar was said to have was the son of God, and that he was born. I mean, this is like Hercules was said to have been conceived by a relationship between Zeus and his mother. So what happened?
You see the stupidity? But we Christian, we don't believe there's a relationship between God and Mary. Anyway, continue.
What happened is, as Christianity was leaving Jerusalem and moving toward Athens, it was adopting the ideas that had emerged from Greece rather than from Yerushalayim. But once the church would adopt the belief that Jesus was conceived supernaturally, that means he didn't have a human Jewish father to trace his genealogy back to Aaron or to King David, and therefore is ineligible to be the Messiah. It's one of the interesting things that here's a Christian doctrine that would emerge, let's say, in the 80s of the first century.
Let me get you busted, Abdul.
Don't leave it for me, please, Christian Prince. I mean, come on, give me a break. I mean, I don't search for any video on YouTube except I find you. I mean, you are everywhere. I mean, what's wrong with you? I search for any video, I find that Christian Prince there. What's wrong with this guy? So you Muslim, you stupid. You are bringing me a guy saying that the story in the Quran about Mary, she is a virgin, is a myth. He just said Muhammad and the Quran is a book of lies. He just said that. He said this is a myth. This is a Greek legend. This is a false story. The Christian, they need to find a way to get away because they could not find that Jesus is coming from David. So we have to create a father for him. That's what he said.
What happened is, as Christianity was leaving Jerusalem and moving toward Athens, it was adopting the ideas that had emerged from Greece rather than from Yerushalayim. But once the church would adopt the belief that Jesus was conceived supernaturally, that means he didn't have a human Jewish father to trace his genealogy back to Aaron or to King David, and therefore is ineligible to be the Messiah. It's one of the interesting things that here's a Christian doctrine that would emerge, let's say, in the 80s of the first century.
Let me get you busted, Abdul.
No, leave it for me, please, Christian Prince. I mean, come on, give me a break. I mean, I don't search for any video on YouTube except I find you. I mean, you are everywhere. I mean, what's wrong with you? I search for any video, I find that Christian Prince there. What's wrong with this guy? So you Muslim, you stupid. You are bringing me a guy saying that the story in the Quran about Mary, she is a virgin, is a myth. Based in what he said, and you Muslim now you have to accept him, because remember, you are the one who brought him for me as a witness. Idiot CP. Tapan Lasamana. Hey Lasamana, how are you? You know what? I used to have a friend, his last name is Lasamana, like you. You know, we went together to Lasaman Island. And in Lasaman Island, Mr. Lasamana, he said to me that Jesus Christ, Isa, is not the true Christ. And he brought me this rabbi too. Which means your prophet Mohammed is a fraud. It's incredible how stupid those people. They are bringing me someone saying Muhammad is a fraud, Quran is a stupid book, Quran is a book of lies, and Mary, she was not a virgin. This is a myth. It is coming from the Greek mythology, and he is their witness. So notice the point here. This guy, he is confirming that the Messiah in the Quran is a false Messiah, and yet the Abdul, they bring a guy who deny what Muhammad said. That this is not the Messiah. He's saying this is not the Messiah. The Christian, they are lying to you. This is not the Messiah. I mean, do you see how stupid those Abdul? They bring a guy who refused to believe that the one in the Quran, who his name is Isa, is a true Messiah. They bring him to us to witness to truth. And now he will do big poo-poo. Listen to this poo-poo.
He even proved to you by his special intelligence that your prophet Muhammad was a big fat liar when he said that Jesus is born of a virgin. Listen and laugh.
Like the mythical founder of Rome, Romulus, was said to be born of a virgin and God. Pythagoras, the philosopher, was said to be born of a virgin. Octavius, Caesar Augustus, the adopted son of Julius.
By the way, my mom, she told me that when I'm born, she was virgin. Yeah, and she told me that she learned that from Octavius. Yeah. You know, in Isaiah, where it says, this guy, he explained, he says, the word there, it says a young woman, but it says there it's a miracle, will give a sign. So if a woman, she is young and she gave birth, that's not a sign, not a miracle. Because all young women, they can give birth. She's a woman already. Hello. So in order to be a sign, then there have to be a sign. It have to be a miracle. So the virgin gave birth. Not a young woman. Otherwise, all women, they give birth. Is that a miracle? So this coward, even he don't dare to translate. You can go right away to a Jewish Orthodox, not Christians, Hebrew, and you will see that this is what it meant. But now he is showing you that Jesus Christ, the son of Mary in the Quran, he is a fraud. He is not born of a virgin, This is a story coming from the mythical, the myth, the like legions of the Roman, blah 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 blah. You know, okay, listen carefully. So those verses in the Quran, absolutely a fraud according to the rabbi. It's a Greek myth. In the Quran, chapter 3, verse number 47, Mary, she said to Allah, "O Allah, how shall I have a son when no man has touched me?" The rabbi is accusing Mary, excuse my language, Muslims, to be a bad woman. You see how stupid you are? Do you see how stupid you are? You are insulting your God, insulting your prophet, insulting your religion, just to bring someone to speak against what we believe. Good for you. No one touched me. The Quran witnessed that Mary, she is a virgin. She is the most decent woman. Chapter 19, verse number 20. Obviously, it's a lie too. She said, "How shall I have a son, seeing that no man has touched me?" The translation, by the way, is stupid. The word here is baghiya, which means, how I'm going to have a son and I am not a whore. Mary, she said, "I am not a whore." Are you sure? So, let me tell you something about those who bring those rabbi for us. You must be a whore to accept somebody saying that Mary was a whore. Because you as a Muslim, you are witnessing or taking a witness who witnessed against your prophet. So who is going to do that? The best way you can do, you can flee. But with the internet, you will go where? We are everywhere. Thank you. God bless you. And see you soon again in the coming broadcast. And again, don't forget to download and add subtitle to Indonesian people, please. So we can show them how the rabbi insulted their prophet. And he said that the stories in the Quran is a myth of the Greek. And Muhammad is a false prophet. And anyone who is still a Jew, he believed that Isa in the Quran is a false Isa, which means Muhammad is a false liar. He did not tell the truth when he said to you, this is the true Christ. This is what the rabbi believed. You are a potato, and you're bringing me a potato, and both of you, you've been fried without oil. Thank you. God bless you all. Take care.